Hey guys, Reaganite71 here. Back with you for a quick garden update. Just want to show you what I got growing so far and how it's looking and what I'm working on. Well, in the big beds, we've got squash, and zucchini going. And we got blossoms working. We got the strawberry bed planted out. If I'd had a little bit of play sand, I would have mixed it in because it likes a sandy loam. But this will do just fine. I've got a lot of compost in there. I also got some composted manure, and we got that going. Got a couple of cauliflowers back there. The sweet thing is all of this was seeds about 6 or 7 weeks ago. This is really neat. And then the Russian mammoth sunflowers we've been working on. We got a couple of them planted out on the end. My wife went ahead and snapped up the cabbage, so now we've got some room for some more planting here. Adding drip irrigation to the strawberry bed was really easy. I just came in with a T right there, elbowed, and then put emitters on both sides and made some little tracks down to the strawberries, and that water just flows right to them. Works really good. Then I elbowed and put another T in over here, right here. Now the project that I'm working on is a work in progress, but I'm putting purlins in on the sides and the top of my raised bed. And I've never done that before, and it's kind of obvious. But with some of the sag and all that, I'll get that worked out and get it all level and everything. The sweet part is when the either the sheeting or the shade cloth is on, it won't look nearly as bad. I've got some extra tomatoes and ground cherries I got to figure out what to do with, but we've got okra in. I got to get some more Epsom salt to them. They're needing a feed. They've been in the ground for a little over a week now. I need to feed them. The peppers are looking really good. Check out the blooms going on here. Let me get you in a little closer. We've got some nice little blooms going here on many of our pepper plants. These are sweet banana peppers. And we've got them over on the other side too. I can't wait to walk through the garden and eat a fresh pepper. Sweet banana peppers make a fine breakfast, by the way. I'd say the tomatoes have turned into quite a jungle over here. And I have got blooms forming on a whole bunch of them here. These are my Rutgers. In the middle I've got the large red cherries. But look at all those blooms coming on there. In fact, if we come right over here, we will see some yellow. The first yellow blossom of the year. Right there. Isn't that neat? Now, I can't remember if I shared this with you or not, but my plan, I'm sorry to shake you around so much. My plan is to come along with little wood strips going across the bed all the way down, and I'll staple string on, and I'll run the string up to these purlins that I've got, and then I'll use the trellis clips and the string to bring them up, and then I can single stem. These are better boys over here. Single stem and do some pruning and bring them on up. Let me show you something else that I'm doing with this greenhouse that really makes it convertible. Now, after that storm damage, I actually got 3/4 inch pipe. I sunk it a foot in the ground, and I got a foot coming up, and I've got this sitting in it. But the other thing that I did was I took 1/2 inch pipe, I made 5-foot sections and added a coupler right here. So we're basically going to be able to pop these in, and then raise it up. And right here at the very top, take our hoops, put them on, and we've got a lot of growing height. And that's why I want the purlins on here, because when here in about a week or so, when I raise this bad boy up, I'm gonna do my string and all of that and be able to trellis everything up with string and clips for each plant. That's a whole lot of plants to be caging up. So the string and the trellis clips is more economical. If I can ever get this, get the purlins in. Let me show you the big problem I've been having with them. Being the idea man that I sometimes am, I had a great idea. I thought it was great anyway. I was going to take JB weld and some hose clamps, JB weld them to the pipe, and then just run the pipe through and then tighten it down as necessary. And it would also give me some wiggle room, you know, in case I needed to let one down or up or whatever. Tried doing that, and I used some twist ties to hold it on. This one's pretty strong, but I had a whole bunch of them fail on me. And so what I've wound up doing is going to, let me show you that. So what I've wound up doing is using 2-hole straps. And the big problem that I'm having is being able to punch through a 1/2-inch round metal conduit with a drill bit. Because it wants to constantly slide off of there. I'm getting pretty good at drilling my hand, so you got to be real careful when you're doing this. But that's what I've been fighting right now, is getting them level, getting the drill holes punched, and then being able to go in with a self-tapping screw. But once I get it done, I think it's going to be worth it. But I've still got some more work to do there, and you can see where the couplers, where I come in with couplers, that kind of wants to sag down and bend a little bit. But all in all, she's pretty strong once you get the 2-hole straps on. You're going to be able to hold a lot of tomatoes. May not look pretty, but the tomatoes will. Now over here on the other side, I've got more Russian mammoth sunflowers. I was going to have them planted on the other end, but Mrs. Reaganite brought them down here and planted them next to my cucumbers. And they're looking pretty doggone good too. Not bad for a few weeks out of being a seed. Not bad at all. Lots of nice little yellow blooms. Some of them are getting really big too. Let me get you a shot of that. Pretty pretty. All in all, we've had several nights in the mid-30s since I've put the plants in the ground. And what I've done is I actually put a bathroom heater on one end and another one on the other end, ran some electrical cord out here, and got her all sealed up and ran those. And I would say that the plants are okay. I've had some neighbors and friends that were going to come over and get some free tomato plants that I had left over. Where y'all at? Just a couple of more things real quick. Here's how our cantaloupe are getting along. They like being out of the red solo cups. We've got some ground cherries in the corner. These bad boys are ready to run on up the teepee. And last night it got down about 38 degrees, and so what I did is I used this big pot here and I covered our pumpkin that I've already planted. Ground temperature is supposed to stabilize in the low 50s and above starting tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and plan on planting out my crimson watermelon and my sugar babies. We'll get those planted out. Instead of putting a trellis up this year, I think I'm just going to use the fence since it's right here. And also let some runners go out and get in that soil. That way they can soak up more nutrients. Guys, before I go, I wanted to show you my wife's clematis. It is really, really beautiful, and it only blooms in the first part of spring. And then it's done for the year. Absolutely gorgeous. She said, oh, you got to get some video of that, because it'll be gone before you know it. All right, darling, there you go. They are pretty. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the tour today. That's our quick update. We got a lot growing on, and I got a lot of stuff I got to get done. Coming up in future episodes, I'm going to work on a gigantic rain barrel compost tea bin. Be sure and join me for that. And all kinds of other stuff going on in the garden. We appreciate you subscribing, and don't forget about the contest. Go back through my my last video, and you can see how to enter the contest and win all kinds of good gardening goodies. See you next time. Have a good spring.